Welcome back, folks. Today is February 6th at 7:56 a.m. My name is James, and let's take a look at the futures. So right now the futures are down slightly. I saw on CNBC it looked like the Dow was down 40 something, even though here it looks like the Dow is only down about 10. So there must be that fair value that's kind of sending it down a bit lower. That's not really significant. We've seen other days where it's been down 35, 40, 50, and then over the morning the futures build back up a little bit. So the only real concern that I have is the S&P 500, well, and the NASDAQ. All of them basically are so close to the 200-day moving average. Actually, the Dow is over it, but the S&P coming up to it, the NASDAQ coming up to it. That's really going to be the next point of resistance, I think. And we're so close to it. I mean, at any moment we could have some sort of sideways action start or even some bigger pullback. Hoping it's not a much bigger pullback, but just be aware we're approaching something that should be a bit more resistance for the overall market. Looking at the daily list, the square popped out of the ascending triangle, volume showed up, and selling showed up. So there's definitely some selling in this gap. Maybe people that didn't get out when they wanted because it was gap down, and then they waited, and then when it hit that price, they bailed. I still think Square has a chance to come up out from this point because it's an ascending triangle. I'm hoping it doesn't come down and touch that lower line. I did get into Square yesterday. It was just over the line, 73.80 when I got it, so a little higher than I would want, but I'm holding it. I still have my stop in place. I never touched it yesterday, so we'll see what it does. Facebook I grabbed yesterday. Volume was there when it was approaching the upper line. Touched it, I bought it, pulled back a bit. Still in, my stop is still in place. Seems like it really wants to start going, you know. So we'll see if it makes its way out or instead decides to consolidate more. I might get stopped out of it. We'll see. Tandem, this thing looks great. I love this. Out of the ascending triangle into a nice flat base. It's really holding well inside of there. Earnings are for a while, so it could start taking off again. If the market starts to pull back, then we want to see if this will hold and just keep building out that sideways channel. Xilinx, I moved this up in my list. It looks like it's getting ready to go to me. So that would just be a break of the high 113.44, probably about 113.45. Just make sure it clears it. A line has a nice, cute little bull flag on it. You see it there. Be a break of the high 249.24. DXCM I found last night. Looks like it's forming out this nice ascending triangle. The high would be 152.69 or 152.70. Just make sure it's cleared it. Need good volume, price movement. Netflix, not real excited about anymore.
It's 8 o'clock.
Obviously, if it really starts moving and really has volume, then I might want to try to get it. But every time it moves up, there's less and less volume, or just the volume isn't very exciting. I think that's a problem. So I'm trying to avoid this as much as it looks like it's going to go. Nobody's showing up to buy it when it gets there. So I don't know. I'm just really cautious on Netflix. It needs way more volume when it gets to or over these lines. Canopy Growth, I was in. I got stopped out of it yesterday. It's still showing the pennant, but it's even gapped down here this morning. I'm not sure what's going on with it. That's why I got out of it. It seems really volatile. All of a sudden, it just drops. I don't like that. Something's going on. Grubhub, it did touch the breakout point, but again, its earnings are tomorrow. I believe it's after the close. That should be the point that really sends it over if it has good earnings. And then ACB, it's another cannabis company, and you can see what happened here. Had a really good move the first day, and then it backed up all the way to the trend line again. Still holding above, but I don't like that. I don't like that. Just sudden reverse, you know. I don't like that. Paycom is probably due for a rest. Palo Alto. It's moved up so well, it should rest soon. Biomed, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. That line is still there. Data had earnings yesterday. It's down a bit. It's kind of dropped really hard and then rebounded to the upside. See what happens when it comes when the market opens and it actually gets some normal trading activity. Domo, just kind of hanging out there. Trade desk looks really good. Should rest soon. ZS should rest soon or is consolidating now. MDB keeps wanting to go up. Should rest soon. And then PXD is just kind of over the line there. Not really sure what'll happen with that at this point. But yeah, that's it. So the next video would be tomorrow morning. And have a good one. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you next time.